Three officials I've never seen before. Town. All right, you can fade. With just 3 games left in the regular season, the TMP-Marian Monarchs play host to the Norton Lady Jays in a battle of 2 of the top teams in the Mid-Continent League. A good Friday evening as we welcome you into Billinger Fieldhouse, along with studio producer and engineer Rachel Fox at the KHAZ Studios, and Hayes post-producer and engineer Harrison Prince. I'm Jonathan Swigert as we get you set for TMP-Marian Lady Basketball. Last Friday, the Monarchs earned their biggest win of the season so far as they knocked off the number 4 Phillipsburg 44-32 to improved to 14-3 and are currently in a 3-way tie for the top spot in the MCL at 8-1. After their game on Tuesday with Great Bend was canceled, TMP still holds that same spot atop the MCL and currently sits in 3rd place, a half game back of the 2nd place Panthers in the 3A Norton Substate. Norton enters the contest at 13-4. They're 6-1 in the MCL and are currently 4th in the MCL race and also in the 3A Substate race, but haven't played since the 9th of February when they beat Oberlin by 13. Tonight's matchup will go a long way to determining the Mid-Continent League regular season champs and the 3A Substate seedings, which is just right around the corner. Let's take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll get a chance to hear from Coach Rose McFarland on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K. Long, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marion, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
This is the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show.
Let's get the thoughts of the coach. This chat with the coach is brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker in the Northridge Plaza and online at CompareMyCoverage.com.
Back into Billinger Fieldhouse, more of our pregame show. We're joined now by Coach Rose McFarland. Her thoughts brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker. And Coach come off a very nice win last time out. We'll talk about Phillipsburg in just a second. But just a handful of games left in the regular season. One tonight, tomorrow, and then right back at it on Tuesday. Obviously not complacent or happy with where you are, but do you feel like the girls are in a good position heading into the final stretch here?
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of improvement throughout the season. This is the time of the year where we definitely want to be, doing things right and executing on offense and then playing tough defense. And I feel like we're getting there.
Obviously, Tuesday with Great Bend got postponed. You pick up tomorrow with Southeast to Saline. But this is a good stretch coming down here. Good Phillipsburg team. You got a tough matchup here with Norton tonight. Then obviously with the added Southeast to Saline, that makes this stretch a difficult way to end the regular season, but a good test for your group.
Yeah, I mean, you never shy away from playing good competition, and I feel like we've had some really tougher part of our season here has been down the stretch, and I feel like we just go one game at a time. We can't overlook anybody, but we got to, be prepared for everybody.
Now you've had a week now since that matchup with Phillipsburg at the big win up there against Phillipsburg. It seemed like defense really picked it up and played at a high level.
Yeah, I thought we played well on defense. We hit the boards pretty good. We were able to knock down shots in that second half. First half, both teams, kind of struggled offensively. But I thought the second half, we settled in, and then we had balanced scoring, and everybody was contributing.
And I know individually, we always talk about how great Kylie's defense is, and everybody's kind of coming along. Cassidy playing great, but Sophia drew the assignment of Terrence Sides, and it seemed like not a knock against Sophia because she's a good defensive player. Obviously, she showed that, but it seemed like she took a big step up defensively in that game too.
Yeah, she plays good defense. I mean, she plays good on the ball defense, and she has to fight over screens all the time, and so so maybe it's taken a little bit away from our offense at times, but it's such an important role that we can step up and play good defense on a player like Terrence Sides. Sophie did get a little bit of foul trouble last week, kind of hurt her. She had to sit that one quarter, but that's something that we've always relied on Kylie doing, and it's just nice to have another one or two or three good other defensive players that have really stepped up. Cassidy Yost has had to do that too on some of the star players on the other team too. So I feel like it's good to be able to have several players that can do that.
Obviously, an emotional win. A lot was into that against Phillipsburg. You don't get the chance to turn right back around and play against Great Bend. How'd they handle that? What's practice been like from your group since Friday?
Oh, I think they've been focused. Obviously, we were hoping to play against Great Bend. We didn't practice Monday because of the weather, and then we weren't able to have the game on Tuesday. But we got a big game against Norton, so I just feel like they're focused and ready to go for whatever happens.
To match up with the Lady Jays, this is a Lady Jays team that obviously is a really good team. What stands out about them?
Well, they've got girls that have been playing for like 3 years, it seems like, on the varsity level. They've got a lot of seniors, so they're, a very experienced team. And they've got the size inside, and then they've got some good outside shooters, and they got girls that can get to the rim. So, they play together very well. They've got good chemistry on that team, and like I said, they've been playing together, since they were little, and they're a good, solid team.
Finally, what's the key? What do you got to see from your group tonight?
Well, we're going to have to just maintain that good defense, and try and keep Hauser off the boards because she gets a lot of second rebounds, third rebounds, and try and stay out of foul trouble. She gets a lot of people into foul trouble as well. But I think we just have to play really good defense and then take care of the ball on offense.
All right, good luck. It'll be fun. We'll chat with you afterwards.
Thank you.
One more after this here on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
This is the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor, The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
Back into Billinger Fieldhouse, more of our Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. Real quickly, we're past the top of the 6 o'clock hour. Let's pause for station identification. This is TMP-Marian basketball.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HaysPost.com.
Monarchs enter the contest at 14-3, 8-1 in the MCL, while the Norton Lady Jays enter the contest at 13-4 and 6-1 in the MCL. We'll take a quick look around the Mid-Continent League tonight. Ellis on the road at Plainville. Trigo travels to Smith Center. Russell's at Hill City. Stockton hosting Oakley. Phillipsburg is on the road at Hoxie tonight as we take a look around the MCL. Taking a quick look at the Mid-Continent League standings, as we talked about in the pregame show, Phillipsburg, TMP, and Trigo are all 8-1 in the MCL in a three-way tie atop the Mid-Continent League standings. Norton currently in the the number 4 spot at 6-1. Smith Center at 5-3 is in the 5th spot in the Mid-Continent League race. One interesting part of this is that Norton and Trigo are not going to be able to make up their matchup that got snowed out or weathered out earlier this year. So that means that Norton and Trigo will both play one less Mid-Continent League game, so that could come back to hurt both of those teams. If either of them finish with one loss, they'd still be behind or behind whoever finishes atop the MCL. Of course, TMP meeting up with Norton here in this one, and Phillipsburg has a matchup with Hoxie. So Phillipsburg and TMP, as well as Trigo, who has a road game at Smith Center, all with key MCL matchups here this evening. That's a quick look around the MCL brought to you by HaysPost.com. Real quickly, let's get a look at the starting lineups here for the Lady Monarchs and Coach Rose McFarland. They will go with Emily Lane, the 6-foot junior. Sophia Baltazar is the 5'7" junior, along with Megan Hamel, the 5'4" junior. Cassidy Yost, the 5'9" junior. And then Kylie Allen, the lone senior, the 5'8" senior for Coach Rose McFarland in her 13th season as the Lady Monarchs coach. Meanwhile, for the Norton Lady Jays and 8th-year head coach George Rossi, they will go with Tessa Hauser, the 6'2" senior. Hauser leads this team at 15 points per contest and just shy of 10 rebounds for the Colorado Christian signee. Meanwhile, Courtney Jones is a 5'3" senior. Addison Brooks, their second leading scorer, at nearly 8 points per contest. The 5'7" senior. Hannah Bailey right there at 7 points per contest, the 5'9" senior. And Sarah David, a 5'9" senior, averaging just shy of 7.5 points per contest. And again, Hauser leads the team in double figures, but then it's really a group right behind her that are pretty even for this Norton Lady J team. Sarah David, Hannah Bailey, each averaging just over 7.2 points per game, and Addison Brooks right there at 7.6 points per contest. Of course, the Monarchs once again led by the junior Emily Lane, who averages more than 12 points per contest and nearly 9 rebounds per game. JC Von Little also averaging in double figures at over 9 points per contest. And that matchup against the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers, Megan Hamel was the only one who scored in double figures. She matched her career high, or rather her season high, with 12 and had 9 assists in the game. Megan averaging way over 6 assists per contest. That's a look at the starters for the Lady Monarchs and for the Norton Lady Jays. And our pregame show brought to you by Hertz Rent-A-Car, serving you from 609 East 8th Street. They've got clean, high-quality vehicles with many options. If you need more room for a family vacation or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for your next business trip, give them a call. It's 785-623-4116 for your reservation. It's the Lady Jays and the Lady Monarchs here in a key Mid-Continent League matchup here from Billinger Fieldhouse. We're back with the start of our matchup after this on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Next Tech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Next Tech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building, when it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K. Long, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948, 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marion, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
TMP Lady Monarchs enter the contest at 14-3, 8-1 in the Mid-Continent League, while Norton is 13-4 and 6-1 in the MCL. The starting lineups are being announced on the floor. We'll get you those here in just a moment. Of course, we heard from Coach McFarland here just a moment ago at our pregame show. Her thoughts brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker. You can save when you insure both your home and auto with Shelter. See as Shelter agent Dustin Shoemaker for details. Monarchs enter the contest at a 14-3, 8-1 in the MCL. We'll go with Emily Lane, Sophia Baltazar, Megan Hamel, Cassidy Yost, and Kylie Allen. It's 4 juniors and Allen Lone Senior. For the Norton Lady Jays, Tessa Hauser, Courtney Jones, Addison Brooks, Hannah Bailey, and Sarah David. It is 5 starters. The Lady Monarchs once again in those home blue uniforms, although it feels like they've wore the road blues a lot more, but they are in their home blues here with the Monarchs across the front and the numbers in dark blue trimmed in gray. Meanwhile, Norton will be in the road blues with the white numbers and Norton across the front trimmed in gold. It's our uniform update brought to you by Phase 2. It'll be Norton shooting down to our right here in this opening half of the basketballs. They'll dump it inside, right block to Hauser. She'll kick it out for Bailey, and now they'll swing it for Sarah David, and left side they go to Addison Brooks. Try to get it inside Hauser. Now they'll swing it top of the key for Courtney Jones. Right wing again, they go for Hannah Bailey. This time Sarah David trying to post up on the right low block. Hauser guarded by Lane, straight on in between the circles. On this first Norton possession of the contest, as they'll kick it right side. Jones started to drive, now kicks it right side for Brooks. Guarded by Baltazar, went down onto her backside, gets back up with a dribble and has it. Now she'll pick up her dribble on the right side. Norton being very patient on this opening possession, have used 40 seconds on the opening possession as they get it off to the left side for Brooks. Jones on a pass rather to Brooks in between the circles. Now Jones has it left side. Hauser will post up left low block. Turns and fires as it rim off too strong. And Cassidy Yost down with the first rebound of the game. Cassidy had a game high 9 rebounds in TMP's win over the number 4 Phillipsburg as they come back the other way. Monarchs in those home whites will shoot down to our left here in this first half as Allen has it left side waiting. Allen will put it on the deck. Now kick it to Hamel in between the circles. Megan surveys the defense. Guarded by Jones. One dribble to left side for Baltazar, and out of lane. Open is Hamel right side, coming off of a season high, matching her season high 12. She'll rifle it for Kylie Allen, who knocks down the long 2, and TMP will take a quick 2-0 lead on the Kylie Allen jumper. So Allen gets that long deep 2 to go, and TMP leads 2-0 with 6.5 to go here in this first quarter. Norton with Jones with it left side. Got a screen from David. Thought about the shot. Good close out on the pick and roll, and now Hannah Bailey has it. Bailey will drive right side, draw the double team, able to get it to Addison Brooks. Brooks will swing it left side for Jones. With 6:10 to go here in our opening quarter, TMP leads 2-0. David is trying to post up inside. Yost knocks it away, ball on the sideline, and it is going to be off of Norton and a TMP basketball on the turnover. Good job by Yost inside. 4 really good post players, athletic post players as well in this matchup. It'll be interesting to see how the two counter each other. That time Yost was on David, able to knock it away as Sarah was trying to post up. TMP forces a first turnover with 6 minutes now to go in this first quarter, under 6 to go. TMP leading on that Kylie Allen field goal 2-0. Kylie's got it in between the circles. She's going to take it out on a dribble, nearly threw it away left side as Hamel had cut away from the basket, but Allen was able to hold on to it. Baltazar with it, posting up as Yost. She'll draw the double team, kick it for Lane in between the circles. Over the top, Hamel with it. Has that right wrist area and thumb taped up as she'll take it, spin, and then kick it left side for Yost as they work the left wing. TMP being very deliberate offensively with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Hamel drives right side for Allen. Good closeout. She won't shoot it. Yost lobs it inside, trying to force it to Lane, and a triple team kicks it for Hamel. Here's a rainbow 3 that's good for Megan Hamel. Picking up right where she left off for that win over the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers as she rattles home this 3. She had 12 in the win over Phillipsburg. Gets her first field goal here. Right side driving and a lot of contact. They're going to let him play. Addison Brooks got bumped by Allen. Here's a kick out 3 for Hauser. Rims off inside. The rebound no good on the putback for Bailey, but then coming away with it is Sarah David. Norton able to get a couple of looks inside, and then finally David was able to get the rebound and put it back. Hauser missed the 3. Brooks company battling inside, and it's 5-2. TMP with the lead. With 4.5 to go here in this first quarter. Hamel fights Baltazar straight on. Sophia for 3, left it a little bit short. Laying down with the rebound, has a blocked inside by Hauser, but right into the hands of Yost and company for TMP. Here's Baltazar in the lane from 8 feet, and she'll rattle it home. So Baltazar able to get it after the block shot, and Sophia gets TMP gets on the board rather for TMP. It's 7-2. Monarchs with the lead. Hauser trying to post up on that left side. We'll kick it to the right wing for Addison Brooks. TMP out to a 5-point lead. Losing it was Courtney Jones, had to track it back down near the timeline. Now picks up a dribble out of between the circles, needs some help. Finds Addison Brooks with it. 3:50 to go here in this first quarter. Norton very deliberate offensively. Hauser, who just shot a 3 from straight on, kicks it off to the right side for Bailey. Hannah Bailey directing traffic, guarded by Baltazar. They're trying to post up inside, but good defense by TMP. Bailey drives, kicks it for Hauser left side. Hauser will go in with the little runner, left it flat, and the rebound down to Allen, and here comes TMP. Up the floor, Hamel finds Lane. Emily will go in and score it. TMP leads 9-2 as Lane on the pass from Megan Hamel, able to score it, and TMP out to a 7-point lead now at 9-2 with 3:15 and counting in this first quarter. On the floor, here's a pass for David off the heel. Rebound knocked away from Lane, got back into the hands of Sarah David, and she'll score it. David missed the first one. Lane had the rebound, then had it knocked away, and David was able to get it back. It's a 9-4 TMP lead. Left side, Allen gets bumped by Brooks. They're going to let him play. As Allen, again, nearly has it knocked away at midcourt by Brooks, and to track it down on that right side. Baltazar lobs it inside, and Hamel's going to draw the foul. They've let him play early on here. Call that foul on Courtney Jones. It'll be her first. And for the first time comes Kara Conks, the 5'7" sophomore for Norton. TMP leads 9-4. Get it into Yost here on the left low block. She'll kick it out for Baltazar. Sophia had that jump shot a moment ago. Now picks up her dribble, needs some help. And she'll kick it left side, knocked away, but right into the hands of Baltazar. Trying to get it to Allen, but Addison Brooks has been super physical, working against Kylie Allen the last couple of possessions. Baltazar for Yost. Cassidy will swing it left side, Hamel. Trying to get it inside the lane, and she is just being held by Hauser. Here's a straight-on 3 that's short. Lane saves it, but they're going to say it's out of bounds. Lane tried to come across the lane, being held the entire time by Hauser. They're letting him play inside. It's a physical start to this one. After that missed 3, the ball will go back to the Norton Lady Jays. TMP leads 9-4. 2:10 to go here in this first quarter. David has it straight on. She'll kick it off to the right side for Addison Brooks. Hauser posting up against Lane. Used up her dribble into a double team. Here's a kick out 3 right side for Brooks. That's good. Addison Brooks, just a 23% three-point shooter, but knocks that one down, and it's 9-7. TMP's lead is cut to 2 on the first Norton 3 of the contest with 1:50 and counting here in this opening quarter. 9-7, TMP leads by 2. Lane, she's going to step into a 3 that is short. Emily knew it was short, tried to track it down, and Hauser will come down with the rebound. TMP just 1 of 4 from 3 to open the contest, and a chance here to tie or take the lead for the Norton Lady Jays. There's a backdoor pass left side, lost ball on the deck, and it's going to be out of bounds off of TMP. A little backdoor cut that time for Hannah Bailey, couldn't hang on to it, and it'll be deflected out of bounds by Megan Hamel. Norton will bring Janessa Reuter, the 5'9" freshman, in for the first time. Addison Brooks to key it in. Underneath finds Hauser. Here's a 3 right side. It'll skip off. And Yost down with another rebound. Cassidy already with 3 first quarter rebounds. Had 9 in the win over Phillipsburg, which matched her season high. Lane lobs it inside for Hamel. Too tall. That'll be a TMP turnover. Monarchs will give it back for just the second time here in this first quarter. Trying to force it inside to Megan Hamel. 1:05 to go here in this first quarter. TMP leads 9-7. Cox will run the point, kick it off to the right side for Reuter. Reuter got a screen from Hauser, pick and roll. Hauser goes into Hamel, and they call her for a blocked shot. And they're going to call it on the floor. For a moment, I thought they were going to give her continuation, but they will call it on the floor as Hamel will pick up her first foul on a blocking foul. Just under 1 minute to go here in this first quarter. 9-7, TMP leads by 2. Hauser has it right side. She'll take the 3. They said it was a 3. Is halfway down and out as Allen comes down with a rebound. Skyler will race up that far sideline. Be cut off a couple of different times, again by Brooks, who has been super aggressive with her as she brought it up the floor. Here's a Hamel drive inside, and she'll draw the foul. She took it to the left baseline and was able to force the issue and make the official blow his whistle. As Kara Cox will pick up the foul. It'll be the first on the sophomore. And to the free throw line goes Megan Hamel. First free throws of the contest for either team. Hamel's first free throw is good. 4 in this first quarter for Megan Hamel, and TMP's lead is 10-7. Hauser will check out with 42 seconds to go in this first quarter. Hamel will shoot her second free throw, and it's good. Megan with 5 first quarter points. TMP's lead is 11-7 on those 2 free throws. So Norton will bring Sarah David back into the contest, allow Hauser to get a break. Reuter has it right side. David has it. So they swing it now to the left side for Cox. Here's a pass inside, knocked away by Baltazar. As Sophia knocked it away from Brooks inside. It'll be turnover number 2 for Norton. Up the floor, TMP has Lane to Baltazar. Baltazar was open, gets the pass from Hamel. Now they'll try and dump it inside to Emily Lane. It was knocked away. And luckily for TMP, good hustle by Yost and Emily Lane. Get it back for the Lady Monarchs. Hamel will take it to the right side on the wing. Kick it for Baltazar. Good closeout by Norton. Sophia can't shoot it. She'll dribble, take the step back 2. Missed it. Allen down with a rebound. She tracks it down along the baseline and scores to beat the buzzer. Good hustle by Kylie Allen on the rebound and then was able to score it to beat the buzzer. TMP will head to the first quarter break, leading 13-7 on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor, The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title, take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
Was this break long or something? Monarchs in their first offensive possession of the second quarter turn it over as they tried to force a little backdoor pass to Baltazar from Cassidy Yost. And so TMP in their very first possession of the second quarter commits their 3rd turnover. They tried a little backdoor pass out of that 1-4 set, and it's a TMP turnover. Up the floor right side, Norton will go to Brooks. Addison drives, kicks it to Hauser. She'll take the left step back 3, left it short, and Kylie Allen has her 4th rebound on this right side on a great checkout. Now up the floor, Allen will find Hamel on that right wing as Megan surveys a defense. Here's a left-handed dribble. Now behind her back, plays the right side for Allen. 7:20 and counting here in this first half. TMP out to a 6-point lead at 13-7. Baltazar off a screen, sets her feet, fires a 3, and it's good. Baltazar gives TMP a 9-point lead at 16-7 as she buries her first 3 of the contest. She has 5 here in this first half, and TMP with 7 minutes to go in this first half leads by 9 at 16-7. Brooks drives. Her pass is going to be thrown away. She tried to force it inside, whether it was Bailey tried to force it to Addison Brooks, and it will be a turnover. It's the 3rd for the Norton Lady Jays. And just like that, Hannah Bailey will check out of the contest as Coach Rossi brings Jones back into the contest. Jones with Cox out there on the defensive end again for the Norton Lady Jays. TMP with that same 5 out there that's been out there the entire first quarter. Baltazar, second same place for the 3 that's this time too strong off the heel, and Hauser will come down with it. As Hauser has 3 rebounds here in the first half. With 6:36 to play in the half, TMP leads 16-7. Right side, Courtney Jones got a screen from David, kicks it for Cox left side. Cox in between the circles, got a screen from David. She'll fire the right side 3, or rather long 2, misses everything, and an effort to save it in bounds by Addison Brooks. Throws it away, and TMP will get it back. For business polos to team gear, your first choice should be Phase 2 screen printing and embroidery. No minimum order plus quick turnaround time. Phase 2 screen printing and embroidery just off Vine on 22nd Street next to Big D's Ridtall in Hayes. Hamel across the timeline for TMP with 6:10 and counting in this first half. They lead 16-7. Left side, Hamel finds Baltazar off a screen. Sophia can't shoot it this time. To the high post on the left side, they go for Lane. Emily will turn and pivot. Puts it on the floor, drives inside, falling down. Missed the shot, but into the hands of Yost, who will follow it home. Lane went down kind of awkwardly, and Cassidy was able to pull down that offensive rebound. And TMP's lead grows now to 18-7 on the Cassidy Yost field goal. Posting up is Brooks. She'll turn into Baltazar. Got some space and knocks it home. Addison Brooks with 5 first half points. She just cleared Sophia out of the way, and it's 18-9 on the bucket by Brooks with 5.5 to go here in this first half. TMP with Hamel keeping her dribble alive to the right side, directing traffic. Goes straight on. Cassidy will swing it left side for Kylie Allen. Allen finds Lane. She'll take the long 2 from the left side. It is off the mark. Rebound knocked into the hands of Addison Brooks, and here comes Brooks. Brooks then cut off by Cassidy. Yost decides to slow it up. She'll walk it across the timeline. 5:10 to go here in this first half. TMP leads by 9 at 18-9. Brooks will get a screen by David, drive right side, and hit the runner. So Addison Brooks with back-to-back field goals, looking like she wants to take it over a little bit. She has 7, and it's 18-11 on back-to-back Addison Brooks field goals. They're back within 7. TMP had led by double digits just a moment ago. Baltazar, Lane, and now left side for Kylie Allen with 4:45 and counting here in this opening half. TMP, Hamel, swings it right side lane. Emily faked on a 3, drives. Now she'll back down Hauser, put up the little left-handed scoop shot, missed it, and it's knocked out of bounds. They say last touched by the light blue in Tessa Hauser, and it will stay with TMP. Norton will bring Reuter back into the contest. She replaces Addison Brooks. They also go to the bench for one other player. As Baltazar on the inbounds will dump it for Lane. Emily has it knocked away. She slides across the lane. It's out of bounds by Norton. They brought Avery Porter, the sophomore, the 5'9 sophomore in. TMP has played this entire first half with the same 5 on the floor. Their starting lineup is Hamel to key it in. Hamel lobs it for Yost. Tough catch by Cassidy. Defense got up into the air. She'll put up the hook shot, miss it. Lane then gets bumped on the rebound. No call, and she'll throw it away. This group of officials has let them play. You're going to have to be physical with the basketball. After the TMP turnover, they have 5 here in this first half. 4:20 to play in the half. TMP leads by 7 at 18-11. Brooks, who's back in there, right side. She's going to screen from Hauser, go away from it, drive to the baseline. She'll throw it over the top for Hauser. Hauser working against Lane, works on the crossover, drives inside, rises and fires and spun it home. Hauser with 4 here in the first half. 18-13, and Norton claws back within 5 with 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Hamel's wide open. Nobody checked her. She took the straight on 3 and left it short, and the rebound will go back to Norton. So TMP just 2 of 7 from 3. 3:50 and counting here in this opening half. TMP's lead is down to 5, led by double digits at 11 to start out the quarter. Addison Brooks, left side, had it poked away, but able to get it to Hannah Bailey on that left side. Bailey got a screen from Hauser. Now she'll kick it out for Reuter with it. Reuter, the freshman, kicks it off to the left side for Bailey. Now it's Hauser working on Lane. She'll drive, cut off on the baseline. Here's Reuter. She's going to take the 3, and it's off the mark, up, and it hit off the top of the iron, or off the top of the backboard and off of the stanchion. That should have been out of bounds, but instead it's a TMP rebound back the other way. So Monarchs are able to track it back down and keep possession of it. Left side, Baltazar with it into the front court. TMP with Lane. We'll get it back to Sophia. In between the circles, 3:05 to go here in this first half. TMP forces it inside the lane, backs in Hauser and draws the foul. Lane will head to the free throw line for the first time. This will be the first foul on Hauser. It's just the 3rd team foul on Norton, and it's the 4th call of the first half on either team. Lane's first free throw too strong. Emily was 2 for 2 in that win over Phillipsburg. 76% free throw shooter. She'll get 1 more. Second one on the way is good. Emily with 3 first-half points. TMP's lead is back to 6 at 19-13. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Allen tried to jump Brooks and nearly forced a turnover. Reuter will drive right side, rise and fire. Off the mark, too short, but inside rebound. Porter, she can't finish against some contact with Lane, and then it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by TMP, and it stays with Norton. Lots of contact both ways. Sarah David will return to the Norton lineup. Hauser had to tie her shoe at midcourt. And now Brooks will key it in. Brooks gets it right side to Reuter, right in front of Coach Rose McFarland. As the freshman Reuter will have a pass knocked away by Allen, tracked down by Baltazar. She'll get it to Kylie, up the floor, goes in, can't finish. Good defense that time to force the tough layup, and it's right back to Norton on the other side as they were able to force it up the floor. Now David draws a double team. Here's Brooks, she'll take a deep 3 and left it short. Rebound down to Allen for TMP. Brooks was 3 feet beyond the arc and left it short. Hamel got a screen from Yost, will dribble in between the circles. Right side, Baltazar, she'll set her feet, fire the 3, left it short. Rebound down to Hauser, who has 4 first-half rebounds. Monarchs just 2 of their first 8 from 3. With 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Monarchs lead is 6 at 19-13. Left side with it, Hannah Bailey. Bailey gets a screen from David. She'll slip it to her, then kick it left side. Hauser, she'll tee up a 3 and swish it home. 19-16, Tessa Hauser now with 7 in the first half as TMP's coach Rose McFarland gets a timeout. Monarchs lead is 3 at 19-6, led by as many as 11. Monarchs have played the entire way with this starting 5. Coach McFarland gets the timeout. Monarch Athletics brought to you in part in this one by Midwest Energy, Next Tech, Gibbs Auto Supply, and Steel Fabrications. Anna Garcia is going to check in for the first time for TMP. Quick scoreboard update at halftime. Trigo leads Smith Center 30-26. Trigo trying to keep pace atop the MCL standings at 8-1. TMP Phillipsburg also at 8-1. Norton going to extend the pressure a little bit on the inbounds for TMP. So get it in to Megan Hamel. Hamel go to the high post on the left side for Emily Lane. She'll turn and face. W. Roy checks her. Lane drives in, trying a little wraparound pass to Yost, and Reuter took it away. Not a great offensive possession that time for TMP as Reuter will bring it across the timeline, right side for Cox. Out of the baseline they go. As Jones's pass is going to be knocked away and out of bounds. Last touched by Emily Lane for TMP, and it stays with the Norton Lady Jays. With 1:19 to go here in this first half, TMP leads by 3 at 19-16, led by 11. Here's a pass stolen on the inbounds by Hannah Garcia. Garcia up the floor, working against David, goes in, misses the layup. Lane's there for the rebound, and she'll put it home. 21-16, Emily Lane has the last 3 for TMP and has 5 in the contest as she gets that offensive rebound, and the stick back has 3 first half rebounds. Ritter picked up her dribble, but a minute to go here in this first half. Jones with it for Cox. David trying to post up on the right low block. Now they'll get it to her in between the circles. Swings it left side for Jones. Courtney will line up a 3, left it short. Garcia going to the deck, saves the rebound. Now fight for it inside, and we're going to get a held ball with the arrow, keeping it with the Norton Lady Jays. So Norton will keep possession of the basketball. Hauser's going to return for Norton, and she'll replace Kara Cox. Hauser to key it in on that right side. She'll go left side. Here's a 3 for Bailey that'll skip off. Rebound down to Sarah David. David will drive inside with some contact. Missed the shot. Puts up her follow through. Can't get that one to go as well. And then finally Cassidy Yost comes down with her 6th rebound here in the first half. Norton had a couple of pretty good looks at it, but could not finish on the inside. TMP leading by 5 at 21-16 with 22 seconds to play here in the first half. And now Hamel will go get the basketball in between the circles, looking to hold for the final shot for TMP. Ball above her head, guarded by Courtney Cox. The junior Hamel will go to Yost on that left elbow. Here's Garcia. Hano, she's going to take the three off the screen. This one too strong. Lane tried to keep the rebound alive. Down to Hauser. Hauser from just across half court comes up short on the three, and that's how the first half comes to an end. Good start for TMP as the Lady Monarchs led by double digits early in that second quarter. Lead by 5 here at the break, 21-16 on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications. When you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes Kalon, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discount.
Point lead at 21-16. As we welcome you back into Billinger Fieldhouse on our halftime show brought to you by Eagle Radio's digital marketing. Real quick, let's go ahead and step aside 10 seconds for station identification on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HayesPost.com.
TMP Lady Monarchs started the game on a 9-2 run. They got a bucket from Kylie Allen to start the game and led 2-0. A Megan Hamel 3 put them up 5-0. They would get a Emily Lane field goal that made it 9-2. Norton would get 5 quick points to cut the deficit back to 2, and then TMP would finish the first quarter on a little 4-0 run, capped off by a Kylie Allen field goal that made it 13-7. TMP would extend their lead to 11 at 18-7 to start out the second quarter. They got a 3 from Sophia Baltazar, then Kylie Allen with the field goal, or rather Cassidy Yost with the field goal inside. That put TMP on top 18-7. Norton would answer right back with a 9-1 run, cut the TMP lead to 3 at 19-16, but then Emily Lane got a field goal for TMP that would give them back a 5-point lead here at the break at 21-16. So the Monarchs in the first half lead by as many as 11 and led the entire way. TMP here at the break leads 21-16. We're back with a quick look at the numbers here on our halftime show brought to you by Eagle Radio's digital marketing on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
TMP Lady Monarchs lead the Norton Lady Jays 21-16 at halftime. As we welcome you back into our halftime show. Of course, the Monarch Sports Network is, as always, powered by Herman Physical Therapy. They will get you back in the game fast after injury, offering dry needling and deep tissue laser therapy to speed up the healing process. Free consultation, and you'll see your same PT every visit. Herman Physical Therapy, they love helping people. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook. So this is a key matchup in the Mid-Continent League here of two of the top teams in the MCL race, plus the two of the top 4 teams in the race in that Norton Sub-State with a good one here. TMP led by as many as 11 in that first half, lead by 5 here at the break. TMP playing with just 6. Hannah Garcia got into that first quarter late, but the Monarchs is shorthanded, playing with just 6 here in the first half, out to a good start. For TMP in the contest, good balanced attack. They get 5 in the first half for Emily Lane, 5 from Sophia Baltazar, 5 from Megan Hamill, 4 from Kylie Allen, and then 2 from Cassidy Yost. Speaking of Yost, she had 6 first half rebounds. I had Kylie Allen for 5 rebounds in that first half. For the Norton Lady Jays, they are led by the 7 of Addison Brooks. Brooks had scored 2 straight field goals, 4 quick points in a row. Thought that she was trying to take over the game, but then Coach Rossi subbed her out, and she kind of struggled down the stretch there. Meanwhile, Tessa Hauser also is 7 in that first half. She had 5 in the second quarter, and then Sarah David with 2 in that first half. So TMP on top here, 21-16 at halftime. Let's go ahead real quickly and get some some team numbers here at the break, because we've got what looks like an extended halftime show a little bit. So we've got a little bit more time to run through some of the numbers for you. At halftime, TMP ends up shooting 8 of 22 from the floor for 36%. Mentioned the struggles a little bit though from three-point land for TMP. They make just the 2 there in that first half, as Megan Hamill and Sophia Baltazar each had 1. They go 2 of 9 there from three-point land in that first half for TMP. Meanwhile, Norton ends up also only making 2, so they go 2 of 12 from 3. So TMP's 22%, Norton 16% from deep. Norton ends up making 7 of their 24 first half field goals for 29% in that first half. So neither team really shooting lights out here in this first half. Quick free throw numbers. TMP goes 3 of 4 at the free throw stripe in that first half. Norton does not attempt free throws in the first half. Here at the break, TMP on top by 5, 21-16, led by as many as 11 in that first half. Our halftime show brought to you by Eagle Radio's digital marketing. Is your business ready to advertise on Facebook, Google, or any of the other popular places online, but you just don't know where to start? Give Eagle Radio a call at 301-2211. Again, TMP at the break leading 21-16. Back with our scoreboard update in the second half after this on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Next Tech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Next Tech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K-Lawn, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
At halftime, the TMP Lady Monarchs on top of the Norton Lady Jays. 21-16. As we welcome you into Billinger Fieldhouse once again, getting ready to start out the second half. Our score again, 21-16 here at the break in favor of the TMP Lady Monarchs. A couple of scoreboard updates, a couple of score updates for you. For the Mid-Continental League, through one half of action, Ellis leads Plainville 33-14. Right now, Stockton currently edging Oakley by 3 at 17-14. That one has about a minute left to go in that first half. As we get you a quick scoreboard update elsewhere from the first half, as I mentioned, Trigo leading Smith Center by that 30-26 score. They were halftime a long time ago, so we'll try and get you a scoreboard update on that one. Also then tonight, Hayes High has a 1-point lead over Garden City, 20-19. Scoreboard update brought to you by HayesPost.com. One other scoreboard of note, Goodland all over Ulysses tonight, 33-13, that at the break. Of course, Goodland, TMP, Phillipsburg, all in the running for that top spot in that Norton 3A sub-state right now. Goodland looks like they're going to hold on to that number 1 seed. They are 15-2, going to, barring some sort of miraculous collapse, move to 16-2 tonight. So they may be tough to catch in the race for the top seed of that Norton 3A sub-state, but otherwise pretty wide open. Phillipsburg at 13-2, TMP at 14-3, and Norton at 13-4. TMP with their starting 5 out there, as do the Norton Lady Jays to start out this second half. As TMP will key it in on the sideline out there with Baltazar, Hamel, Lane, Allen, and Yost, the 5 on the floor. They get Sophia off a screen, straight on, can't shoot the 3. She'll swing it right side for Cassidy Yost. Yost finds Hamel, who had cut into the middle of the lane, misses the shot with some little bit of contact there, and Hauser will come down with her 5th rebound. That one may have been blocked. If not, it was definitely affected on the inside by the length of the Norton Lady Jays. David got away with a double dribble as she lost the basketball, got it back, and then dribbled it again. Left side, Jones will switch home a 3, and it's 21-19 on the Courtney Jones 3 for the Norton Lady Jays as Jones knocks down her first bucket of the ball game. Coach talked about Jones on the pregame show. She's a good 3-point shooter. Baltazar thought about squaring up for 3. Instead, a little bit of drive now cut off. Right side, Cassidy Yost has it. Here's a lob inside for Lane. Lane has it blocked from behind. And it'll be out of bounds. Last touched by Hauser and company for the Norton Lady Jays. Hauser able to get a piece of that one. The 6'2 senior averages close to 2 blocks per contest. Got the block that time, her first of the game. Hamel will key it in right side in front of TMP bench. They'll post up Yost. Cassidy turns, fires, and left it a little bit short. And Hauser down with her 6th rebound for the Norton Lady Jays. Just under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. Norton could take the lead, and they call a double dribble. Addison Brooks got that opposite hand on the basketball and double dribbled with it. So Norton will give it back to TMP on the 5th Lady J turnover. Under 6:50 now to go here in the third quarter. TMP leads 21-19. Hamel, right side, right in front of the TMP bench, will get a screen from Lane. Drives in with the left hand. Hamel goes all the way inside, and the official here at midcourt calls a foul from behind. And they call it on Courtney Jones. It'll be the second on Jones. Again, they call it on the floor. First of the second half on Norton. As Hamel to key it in, lobs it over the top for Lane. Emily, one dribble, drives inside, missed the shot, got her own rebound, goes up with the left hand, can't convert, and Hauser down with another rebound. Now Hauser being double teamed, steps through it, lost it on the floor, picked up by Yost. Yost will find Lane. Lane goes in, and with some contact draws the foul. So TMP able to double Hauser and force the 6th Norton turnover. And now to the free throw line goes Emily Lane. That's the 3rd on Courtney Jones, so 2 quick fouls on Jones. And the free throw for Lane is good. Just kind of a scramble drill that time for TMP. 22-19, and for Lane, she scored the last 4 for TMP. And make it the last 5 for the Lady Monarchs. 7 in the contest for Emily, 23-19. Came up with that steal, and it led to 2 free throws for TMP. Right side, Kara Cox, who just came back in, traveled with it. Nope, they'll call it for a double dribble. Either way, it's turnover on that right side. She got tangled up with her teammate Addison Brooks on the right baseline. Cox had replaced Jones, who picked up that quick 3rd foul. Baltazar to the high post for Yost. Here's a backdoor pass. Good pass for Hamel. Can't finish. Fight inside for the rebound, and Lane has it knocked away and taken by Hauser. Hauser double teamed in the backcourt, able to get it out of there. Hauser already has 8 rebounds in the contest. She has 16 double-doubles on the season. Left side with it. Hauser will give it up to Cox. Cox drives into the free throw line. Kicks it for Addison Brooks. Brooks now to Hannah Bailey with it right side. David trying to post up as it knocked away by Yost, and it's picked up by Allen. Kylie into the front court. Left side Baltazar with it following turnover number 8 for the Lady Jays. Posting up his lane, draws a double team, and we're going to get a held ball. And the arrow belongs to the Norton Lady Jays. Time Hannah Bailey quickly brought the double team, and Lame didn't see it coming. 7 TMP turnovers. With 5.5 to go here in this third quarter, Monarchs lead is 4 at 23-19. Brooks running the point for the Norton Lady Jays. Right side for Hannah Bailey. Bailey looking inside. Hauser's open, and she scores it. 23-21. Tessa Hauser able to get free. Hauser with 10 in the contest. Here's a near turnover as David knocked it away. TMP tried to force the issue up the floor. Hamel tried to force it into a double team, but it's knocked out of bounds. Luckily for TMP, that pass was deflected off of David and out of bounds. 5:12 to play, third quarter. TMP leads by 2, led by as many as 11 briefly in that first half. Here's a 3 blocked by Bailey as it's taken away by Hauser. Up the floor following Hannah Bailey's block of a three-pointer. We're going to get a foul called against Emily Lane in the open floor. That'll be the first on Emily Lane. Kylie Allen takes longer than most people to shoot that 3. It's kind of a very deliberate three-pointer, or it's a very deliberate shot, so she has to set herself, and that allowed Bailey to close in and block that shot. On the other end, Cox drives in, and we're tied at 23. As Kara Cox gets her first field goal to go. Norton's made 3 straight field goals, and now we're tied at 23. TMP with it with 4:45 to go here in this third quarter. Hamel has it, guarded by Cox on the right side. Lane's trying to get open, but Hauser draped all over. Now Hamel's going to drive. Kiss it off the glass on the left side. 25-23, Megan Hamel, when TMP needed a field goal, answered as she just methodically dribbled in there and was able to kiss it off the glass on the left side. Of the Monarchs are on top now. 4:20 to go in the third. Here is a pass too tall for Hauser, and then Hauser went down out of bounds. There's that slope that goes out to the hallway. She says she's all right. It looked like she turned her ankle. Even walking, Hauser kind of walks a little bit on the side of her feet every once in a while, and that like it was going to be dangerous out of bounds there, but she says she's all right. Hamel working against Hauser, or rather Lane working against Hauser while driving inside, and it's a blocking foul as Lane was in the double team. It's going to be Hannah Bailey with the blocking foul. First on Bailey. They do say it was in the motion of shooting, and so free throws again for Emily Lane. She just made a couple here to start the quarter and knocks this one down. Lane with 8 of the contest for TMP, 26-23. Second free throw for Lane, good as well. Emily made 4 straight, actually made 5 straight, 4 here in the quarter. 27-23. Now TMP with some pressure. Norton's able to get it to Brooks, and then it's kind of a ticky-tack foul. We've seen all sorts of contact not called. And then the official calls a hand check here in the open floor on Baltazar. It's the first on Sophia, and it's the second on the Monarchs with 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Hauser has it in between the circles for Norton. Shooting down to our left, right in front of the Norton bench here in this second half. Brooks on a pick and roll as it blocked by Lane, right into the hands of Hauser though, and she'll finish inside. 27-25, the block shot went right into the hands of Hauser, who has 12 now in the contest to go along with 9 rebounds after that Emily Lane block shot. High post for Yost on the right side. Has it poked away, Sophia tracks it down on that right side. Yost will swing it for Allen with 3.5 to go in the third. Baltazar again inside for Yost, and has it knocked away. Hauser forces the steal. It's the 8th TMP turnover up the floor. Travel with it as Hannah Bailey traveled with it, and the not sure why the Norton faithful is upset. You can't take 4 steps to gather. And so it's the 9th Norton turnover. Now each team has 9 after TMP turned it over on that one end. Again, the Monarchs have played basically the entire way with 3:15 to go in this third quarter with this lineup of Hamel, Baltazar, Lane, Yost, and Allen, the 5 on the floor. Back into the contest is Jones. She was harassing Hamel all the way up the floor. Hamel gave it up, now gets it back. High post they go to the left side for Lane. Emily will turn and face, put it on the floor. Drives, kicks it right side for Allen. Had to haul it in after a tough pass. Gives it up, gets it right back. Here's a three for Allen. That's off to the mark. She got tangled up with Reuter that time, and Addison Brooks will come down with a rebound. Brooks up the floor, left side, misses the shot, and Emily Lane down with a rebound. She tried to contort her body just enough to get it up, and Lane pulls down the rebound. Lane up the floor to Baltazar, and it's out of bounds off of Reuter. Baltazar tried to force it to Allen in between the little bit of a seam, but it was knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with TMP after the freshman Janessa Reuter knocked it out of bounds. 2:35 to play in the third. Over the top, here's Baltazar straight on for three, halfway down and out. There's Kylie Allen down with a rebound, and then Cox blocks the shot on the way back up, and it's out of bounds. Allen has, by my count, 6 rebounds now in the contest. With 2.5 to go in this third quarter. TMP leads by 2. Here's a lob over the top for Lane. Emily can't get that one to go off the heel, and the rebound cleared out of there by Courtney Jones. Monarchs are just 1 of 11 here in the third quarter with 2:18 to play in the quarter. Right side, Brooks thought about a three. Looking inside to David, and now they'll throw it away. It was intended for David, taken away by Yost after the deflection by Lane. Out of the front court. Pass deflected, but into the hands of Hamel. Hamel rifles it to Allen. She'll kick it for Baltazar for 3, and she bangs it home in that left side. Baltazar with her second 3, 9 for her, 30-25. Baltazar knocks down the 3 for TMP, and they needed that one. A little bit of breathing room, up by 5 with 1:50 to go in the third quarter. Brooks won't answer on the right side, drives in, jump stop, and hits the jumper. Brooks has 9, 30-27. TMP looks to push up the floor, and now Yost will give it back to Megan Hamel, who calls out the play at the Monarch logo at midcourt, dribbles to the left side. Yost has it. Out of Allen with it. Kylie left side. 1:25 to play in the third quarter. Off a screen. Here's Hamel with it. Got to the elbow. Now kicks it for Allen. Back to Yost. Straight on. Baltazar with 1:15 to play in the third. Peeks at Coach McFarland and company right side. Now they'll go to the baseline. Allen. They'll lob it inside. Double team. It was a triple team. And they're going to get a foul coming as Lane got knocked to the deck. They missed her the first time, then saw her the second time, unfortunately for Emily. She was in the crowd of 3 different people, but she gets called, or rather she gets pushed, and the foul will be called. They call it on Hannah Bailey. It's the second on Bailey as Addison Brooks will check out. Tessa Hauser returns to the Norton lineup with 1:07 to play here in this third quarter. There's a lob inside for Yost. She wasn't ready for it. Allen tried to track it down on the sideline, and it's out of bounds. 10 TMP turnovers. They turned it over a season-high 22 times in the win over Phillipsburg on Friday night. Reuter will bring it across the timeline. 1 minute to go in this third quarter. TMP's lead is 3 at 30-27. Right side, they get it to Hauser. Draws the double team. She'll rise up and rattle it home. 1 point TMP lead at 30-29. She was able to score it over Lane and company. Hauser with 14 in the game. Up the floor, Baltazar with it. Little hesitation. Now dribbles into a double team. Her pass to Yost. Straight on. Cassidy hard dribble. Now swings at left side. Baltazar. Sophia again cut off on the drive. Here's Lane with it. Lane tried to back down. Hauser will kick it out for Yost. She'll step into a 3. This one too strong off the heel. And the rebound cleared out of there by Hannah Bailey. Monarchs are 3 of 13 from three-point land, and chance here to take the lead for Norton on the final maybe possession of this third quarter with 20 seconds and counting. Inside has Hauser's open, but it's knocked out of bounds by Lane. She wanted a foul on Lane, says she got pushed from behind. And if the last quarter and a half or 2.5 quarters now or any indication, they're not going to call that. Here's a pass knocked away by Lane and stolen by TMP, and now Emily needs some help after the 10th Norton turnover. Up the floor with 7. Hamel now with 5. Hamel in between the circles. Now to Yost with 2. Here's Lane. She'll fire the shot, have it blocked. TMP didn't know how much time was left. Lane, I think, was the only one who knew how much time was on the quarter. That shot comes up short. TMP leads by 1, 30-29 as we head to the fourth quarter on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor, The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wertenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
Just across the top of the 7 o'clock hour, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HaysPost.com.
TMP leads by 1 at 30-29. A key 8 minutes left on the fourth quarter clock here as this is huge for TMP coming down the stretch here, trying to keep pace with Phillipsburg atop the MCL and in the standings here in the 3A Norton Sub-State. Here's a 3 by Hamel that is short and out of bounds back to the Norton Lady Jays. So TMP comes up short there, just 3 of 13 from three-point range so far in this one. Norton, after the dead ball rebound, will get it back. Up the floor, left side for Reuter, the freshman. Guarded by Allen, waiting on a screen from David. She'll take it to the elbow, kick it left side, and David traveled with it. I tried that pick and roll, and then Reuter's pass was on the mark, and I think it caught David a little bit off guard and forced her to travel with it. Baltazar for TMP will bring it across the timeline. Baltazar, guarded by Hannah Bailey. Now picks up her dribble, needs some help. And she'll get it on a pass deflected, and Bailey stole it and then hands it off to Hauser. That'll be the 11th turnover as Baltazar picked up her dribble, and Bailey was right there in her hip pocket with 7:10 to go here in this fourth quarter. Monarchs right side. Here's a lob inside for David, and they get a foul on Emily Lane as David missed the shot inside. And Sarah David, a 62% free throw shooter, set in the line to shoot 2. Just a second on Emily Lane. Nobody really has to worry about foul trouble. As the officials have tried to call it on 2 different players. Now they called it on, they're going to call that on Cassidy Yost. That was not Cassidy Yost with a foul. That is her first, so it's kind of a break, although again, the way they've called it, nobody's going to be in foul trouble so far, other than Courtney Jones, who has 3, but got 2 early in the second quarter. First free throw for David is good, and we're tied at 30. David, with her first point of the second half, 62% free throw shooter, will get one more at 5 in their win over Oberlin. Again, they haven't played since February the 9th. And the second one good, and Norton leads for the first time at 31-30 on a pair of Sarah David free throws. It comes with 7:05 to play here in this fourth quarter. Up the floor, Hamel left side finds Cassidy Yost. Yost rifles it right side for Allen. Kylie goes inside and draws a foul on Tessa Hauser. Back to the free throw line we go. They call it on Addison Brooks. So they call it on Brooks. And how Kylie Allen will shoot 2. Sure looked like it was Hauser who committed that foul, but Allen line drives that free throw in, and we're tied at 31. Allen has 5 in the contest. Second free throw for Kylie is good as well. Buried a pair, she has 6. TMP retakes the lead at 32-31. It comes with 6:55 to play here in this fourth quarter. Now TMP will extend the pressure. Addison Brooks gets it across the timeline to David, not a Hauser. Hauser will drive inside and bank home the jumper. She hit it off the back of the iron and got it to go. 33-32 as Tessa Hauser answers right back. She now has 16 in the game. Up the floor, left side for TMP. They trail by 1 now at 33-32. Monarchs get it to Lane. She bobbled it, then lost it. Got it back inside, and it's knocked away off of Lane. Everybody kind of standing around on the deflection. And that'll be the 12th turnover. Lane had it knocked away on the way up and then lost it out of bounds. 6:25 and counting, fourth quarter. Norton, just their second lead of the game at 33-32. Right side, Reuter dumps it for David. David's blocked inside by Lane, but David will track it down. Nearly lost it on the sideline. Emily with a couple of blocks in the contest. Now to Hauser with it. Hauser finds Addison Brooks. She'll take it in between the circles. 6 minutes to go in this one. Norton leads by one, 33-32 with the basketball. David traveled with it right side. They go inside for Brooks. Hauser fell down, battling with Lane. Reuter swings it off to the left side for Hannah Bailey. Bailey waits for Hauser to come to the top of the key. Here's a right side three for Reuter. Too strong off the heel. Rebound tipped. It's on the floor. Taken away by Yost. Yost then tried to pass it ahead to Emily Lane, who had fallen down. And Norton will get it back. TMP with a turnover. Now Hauser into the lane. Missed the shot. And Sophia Baltazar comes down with the rebound. Sophia up the floor. TMP has numbers. They dump it inside for Lane. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Norton. Hable had fallen down behind the play.
30 seconds, Monarch.
So it will stay with TMP. Monarchs get a break. Trailing by one, 33-32. It's been a little bit of a sloppy start to this fourth quarter. The two teams have went back and forth with 5:23 to play here in this fourth quarter. Monarchs led by as many as 11 at 18-7 to start the second quarter. Norton was able to whittle that down to 2 and then got it to 5, or actually got it to 1 there at the end of the third quarter. TMP led by 5 at the break, would lead by just 1 at 30-29 through 3 quarters of action. Norton took the lead at 31-30 and now lead 33-32. Hable, who was behind the play a moment ago, not sure if she banged up with that right wrist thumb area or what. As TMP will lob it in. Here's a jumper left side for Emily Lane that gives the Monarchs a lead. Lane makes it 34-33. That's Lane into double figures with 11. That's the 10th time she scored in double figures this year for TMP. Hauser looking for a backdoor cut for Hannah Bailey. Instead, Hannah will have to come out to the left wing. And now Hannah directing traffic. Coach Rossi right behind her, calling out the play as well. Bailey drives, cut off, great defense by Baltazar. Now to the top of the key for Reuter. Reuter between the circles, settles in and goes right side for Addison Brooks. Now they post up Hauser. Here comes the double team. She'll kick it Bailey over the top, and Bailey knocks down the jumper. 35-34 as they go back and forth. Hannah Bailey with this her first field goal. Up the floor, 4:40 to go here in this fourth quarter. TMP hits it to Lane. Left side Yost as Sarah David had fallen down. They didn't realize it. Now they'll swing it right side for Hamel. Top of the key, Yost. She'll swing it left side. Baltazar's open. Here's a Sophia three. It's short, and Hauser down with a rebound. By my count, that's a double-double for Hauser on her 10th rebound to go along with her 16 points. 4:15 and counting, fourth quarter. 1 point Norton lead, 35-34. Reuter has it left side. Now to Sarah David. Timeout, Coach Rossi. It's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. Our game brought to you in part by Heartland Building Center, Discount Siding, Shelter Insurance Agent, Dustin Shoemaker at Field Abstract and Title. This game so important in the race for the Mid-Continent League title. TMP, after knocking off Phillipsburg at 8-1, they are one of 3 different teams at 8-1. Phillipsburg, TMP, and Trigo. Norton has just 1 loss, but 6-1. They will not play the full slate of 11 MCL games because they are refusing to make up a game with Trigo that was weathered out earlier this year. They don't want to play either back-to-back in the next couple of days, in the next week. They already have still a couple of games left on the schedule, and they're supposed to make up that Trigo game, but they don't want to do so. So they will only play 11 MCL games, while everybody else, minus Trigo, of course, because Norton's not going to make that game up. Everybody else will play 11 MCL games. That, of course, has all sorts of weights on the 3A Norton sub-state and the MCL race because They're going to play one less team, and it's a very good Trigo Golden Eagle team. Right side is Norton will come back with the basketball. Here's Brooks. She'll take the three. Was wide open. Left it short. Ball on the deck, and it's going to be taken away by Bailey. It was right in the hands of Baltazar, but Bailey took it away from her. Brooks will fire another three. This one off the top of the glass, and a rebound cleared out of there for TMP. Hamel up the floor. Allen goes down as a blocked out of bounds by Reuter, and it stays with TMP as Allen had that shot blocked. As the freshman Reuter knocked it out of bounds, and it will stay with TMP. Monarchs able to key it in, wide open lane underneath, and scores it on the right side with 3:40 to go here on this one, 36-35. Lane has scored the last four for TMP. She has 13 in the contest. Left side, they post up. Addison Brooks working on Allen, turns to the baseline and knocked it home. 37-36. Addison Brooks with 11 in the game, and now we get a foul as Sarah David battling with Cassidy Yost at midcourt. A little bit too aggressive, picks up the foul. Tessa Hauser, after a quick break, will check in. She replaces Avery Porter, who is just in for about 40 seconds or so. Just long enough to get her a quick breather. TMP will key it in. They get it to Lane. Now back to Hamel. Hamel will take the long two. It's short. Lane is going to knock it off of Addison Brooks out of bounds, and it will stay with TMP. Lane was able to just be aggressive enough to force that deflection, and it stays with the Lady Monarchs. 3:14 to go here in this fourth quarter, 37-36. TMP trails by one. Hamel gets it into Baltazar, right back to Megan right side. Yost was coming across. Here's a step back rainbow three that's good for Hamel. What a huge three for Megan Hamel, 39-37. As she buries her second three, she's into double figures with 10. TMP needed that one. It's their fourth of the game, and they lead now by two at 39-37. On the other end, David trying to post up and misses the shot on the right low block. Ball down into the hands of Brooks. She'll score with a chance for a three-point play. It's actually Reuter who scores inside. It was Janessa Reuter, the freshman, who came away with it, and she tied the game at 39. And that'll be on Cassidy Yost. It's her second. It's the team's fourth. As Cox will return, as Reuter has not attempted a varsity free throw. Chance to give him the lead, and she does. Reuter converts the three-point play. Norton leads 40-39. Now Cox with some pressure in the backcourt for Norton. Hamel gets it across the timeline. Drives, tried to force it to Lane, and it's knocked out of bounds by Tessa Hauser. Now it stays with TMP. 2:40 to go in this one. TMP trails by one, 40-39. Hamel keys it in. Wide open is Yost inside, and she forces up the shot. That has a chance for a couple of free throws. She got tangled up underneath.
Blue Jays, number 13, Courtney Jones.
Courtney Jones will pick up her fourth. She's the only one that's in any sort of foul trouble in this game. That's Yost's first free throw. Good. Cassidy buries her first free throw of the game. She has three in the contest, and we are tied at 40. Second Yost free throw is off the heel too strong. Hauser down with her 11th rebound of the game. That time Bailey nearly lost it right in front of Baltazar. 2.5 to go in this one. Game tied at 40 between TMP and Norton. Left side with it. Bailey dumps it for Hauser. Hauser draws a quick double team. They kick it to David. Now right side they go to Addison Brooks. Brooks waiting for Hauser to come across the lane. She gets jammed, and they're able to get it into her. She goes down to a knee to save it. Now finds Bailey, and Bailey's going to be fouled on the floor. It's just the fifth foul on TMP. Baltazar will pick up the foul. That is her second. And again, it's just the 15th foul. Reuter hands it to Hauser on this left side. David flashing to the block. Hauser needs some help. She'll lob it over the top for Brooks. Brooks hard dribble. Step back jumper blocked. David will come away with it. Cassidy Yost blocked that shot. Here's a three for Reuter straight on short. Fight for the rebound, and we're going to get a foul inside. Battling with Emily Lane. That time was Hannah Bailey, and Bailey will be called, or Bailey will be fouled. It's the third foul on Emily Lane. It's the 6th TMP foul, so one foul. With the next foul on TMP, they'll be over the limit. With 1:56 to play in this one. Bailey drives, working on Hamel. Had it knocked away, got it back, and scores it anyway. 42-40. Hamel with pretty good defense, but Bailey just scored in between the contact anyway. TMP with 1:40 to go here in this fourth quarter, trailing by 2, 42-40. Hamel flashes into the lane, falling down, deflects it. Baltazar tracks it down. Reuter had fallen down. Right side, Hamel's open. Megan will drive inside and draw the foul, and she's headed to the free throw line to shoot 2. The defender had fallen down. As Reuter took a spill, that allowed TMP with numbers to get Hamel to the free throw line to shoot 2. It is 2 free throws, as David will pick up her second, and the free throw is good for Hamel. Megan with 11 in the game. 42-41. It's Courtney Jones with those 4 fouls, returns for Norton. 1:31 to play here in this one. 42-41, Norton with a 1-point lead. Hamel's second free throw off the mark. Hauser comes down with a rebound. Hauser now with 13 rebounds. Is Addison Brooks in the backcourt, able to get it across the timeline to David. TMP tried to trap in the backcourt with 1:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. Now Jones picks up her dribble. Over the top, left side, they go to Hannah Bailey. Guarded by Baltazar. Posting up is David. David will put it on the deck, had it knocked away by Lane. They fight for it on the floor, and we're going to get a held ball. Arrow will keep it with the Norton Lady Jays. Coach Rossi tried to get the timeout before the... Coach McFarland's trying to get a timeout. The official didn't hear her. So Coach McFarland will get the timeout. 42-41, Norton leads by 1. Our game brought to you apart by High Plains Roofing, State Glass Company, Thomas More Prep Marion, Jeff Darrell, and Linda Seibel, and Edward Jones and Hayes, and Paul Wernberger Construction. Final tonight, Trigo picks up the win over Smith Center. So the Trigo girls win 56-42 tonight, so that means they move to 9-1 in the MCL. If we can get you some other scoreboard updates real quickly. Right into the fourth quarter, Stockton leads Oakley by 12. We'll keep an eye on that score there from Stockton. Well, quickly, we'll see if we can get you a Hoxie-Phillipsburg score in just a moment. Looks like that game hasn't started yet. In fact, it's just now starting. That's a girls' game that is just now starting. They're from Hoxie. So try and keep track of that one, but obviously there's a lot riding on that one, with Trigo now currently leading the MCL at 9-1. TMP and Phillipsburg both at 8-1, right behind them. Norton out of the timeout will key it into Brooks, leading 42-41 with now a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Hannah Bailey cut off by Yost. They jump it inside for Hauser. Draws a double team. Yost even helped down on a triple team. Right side for Hannah Bailey. Bailey will get it to Addison Brooks. TMP trying to pick up the defensive pressure. Coach McFarland and company that right sideline imploring her team to extend the pressure. Hauser now with 44 seconds to go, and this one has it knocked away by Lane. And it'll send Tessa Hauser to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Be the first trip to the line for Hauser in the contest. Emily Lane will pick up her 4th. That's actually her 3rd. That's right. They called one on, should have been on her, that they actually gave to Yost. As Hauser will shoot the front end of a 1-and-1, trying to give her team what could be a full possession lead, and she misses the free throw. Yost down with the rebound for TMP. She'll get it up the floor to Lane. Lane nearly traveled with it, as the Monarchs will get it across the timeline. With 35 seconds to go here, they'll get it to Lane. Lane got a pick from Yost, kicks it right side for Allen. Allen now a screen from Lane, as she'll get it to the right wing. Now in between the circles. Right side for Hamel with 25. High post Lane falling down, throw it away into the hands of Jones. It's a TMP turnover. Now Jones is going to be fouled by Lane, and that will be her 4th. Lane had lost her balance and throw it right into the hands of Courtney Jones. It's the 14th TMP turnover. So now Lane has 4, and still with 18 fouls, Courtney Jones will shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. Jones is just 8 of 16 from the free throw line in the varsity level so far this year. First free throw for Jones, rattles off, laying down with the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Norton basketball. Jones misses the front end of a 1-and-1 after Hauser missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Janessa Reuter will check in for Norton. Similar to the loss against Smith Center, TMP need to close it out, but they have not done their part. Here's a lob over the top, and Bailey gets tangled up with Baltazar. Brooks will track it down, then it's taken away with Hamel with 12. Megan peeks at the clock, up the floor. She'll take the three, left it short. Rebound on the deck, knocked out of bounds by Norton with 5.4 seconds to go. It'll be TMP basketball on the deflection, and now the official, I think, in the backcourt or here at the midcourt line is going to talk to the official on the baseline. I think they're going to say it's Norton basketball. Look like, nope, they are going to say, oh, they're going to call a foul on Norton. So they're going to call a foul on Norton on the rebound. The question is who got fouled. That's a huge foul. The official trailing behind the play. So they call the foul, and that'll leave Hamel to the free throw line, and Megan missed it short. I think it should have been 1-and-1. But instead, they gave her 2 free throws, and they called that foul on Addison Brooks. I don't know if they say that she shoved after the free throw or after the shot was, or on the way down, maybe. I think that may be the explanation. Is that because Kylie Allen was the one that got knocked to the floor during the rebound. I have to wonder if they're not going to say that Megan Hamel got, yeah, I think they messed up on that one. So I'm not sure why Megan is the one at the free throw line. Just going back and watching the Hayes Post live feed, I'm not sure why Megan is the one at the free throw line. Because Hamel shot the 3 from the runner, and then nobody touched Megan. Kylie was the one that got knocked to the deck. Second Hamel free throw is good, and it ties the ball game with 12 in the game for Hamel at 42. Hamel scored the last 2 for TMP at the free throw line. So Hamel missed that shot. And then on the rebound, should have been Kylie Allen to shoot the free throws. And also, in my opinion, should have been 1-and-1 because Norton has 9 team fouls. 42 all, 5.4 seconds to go in this one. TMP on a Megan Hamel free throw ties the game at 42. Our game brought to you apart by Master Cleaners, Roofmasters Roofing and Sheet Metal Insurance Planning, Ellis Kenny Abstract and Title, Jeter Law Firm, Adams Brown, and Progressive Physical Therapy. So the free throw ties the ball game at 42. See what Coach McFarland and company decide to do against Norton as they'll have to inbound it. Most important thing, if your TMP don't get beat deep. We saw a fantastic finish earlier this year in which they were able to throw it deep. With 5 to go here in this one. Brooks will race across the timeline. Brooks left side to beat the buzzer. Did she get it off in time? They say she did, but it's short. And we've got overtime. 42-all. We head to the overtime period. Back in 1 minute on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K. Long, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
Pair Megan Hamel free throws in the final seconds of the fourth quarter forces overtime, and TMP and Norton head to the overtime period, tied at 42. Monarchs with Sophia Baltazar to key it in. Baltazar gets some pressure from Bailey. Will get it into Kylie Allen in the backcourt. Monarchs have played the entire way outside of about a minute stretch or so with this 5 on the floor, and Hamel is headed to the free throw line as she forces the issue and picks up the foul on David. Sarah David will pick up her fourth, and now Hamel to shoot a couple of free throws. She just made one of two there a moment ago. And the first one for Hamel is good. Hamel with a new season high 13. TMP leads 43-32. Second one for Hamel is good as well. 44-42, TMP on top now with 14 from Hamel. They lead by 2. 3:45 left here in the overtime period. Hauser working against Lane. Hauser will drive to the baseline, cut off, kicks it back out right side for Hannah Bailey. Now to David. Hauser's open. They'll get it to her on the left low block. Goes inside and can't score it. Got her own rebound. Has it blocked right into the hands of Bailey, who will score it. Hannah Bailey was 6 in the contest. Game tied at 44 after the deflection. Here's Hamel. She'll race to the other end. Have it blocked. Ball's on the floor and taken away. I think Reuter may have blocked that shot for her second block of the contest. And now up the floor. Hannah Bailey in some trouble. Double teamed. Able to get it to Brooks. Left side finds Reuter, the freshman. Now to Hauser with it. Hauser, that rebound a moment ago, gives her by my count 14 in the contest. And now we're going to get a foul on Emily Lane, and that's going to do it for Emily. So that is the 5th foul on Lane. Coach McFarland thought there should have been a foul on the other side, and that's huge because TMP will bring for the first time in the game Jessica Herman. Herman will play for the first time and will get free throws because it's the 9th team foul, as Hauser will go to the line to shoot the front end of 1-on-1. Lane fouls out in the overtime period with 2:57 to go. Emily had carried TMP a couple of different times. So Hauser will go to the line to shoot the front end of a 1-on-1. Hauser's 0 for 1 so far in the game at the free throw line. Knocks that one down. Hauser was 17 in the contest, and Norton has the lead at 45-44. Hauser's going to get one more. And the second one is good as well. Hauser makes them both. 18 for Hauser, 46-44. TMP with Hamel in the backcourt, guarded by Jones. Dribbles into a double team, kicks it for Yost left side. She'll hand it right back to Hamel. Grabs the baseline, kicks it for Yost. Here's a left side three that'll skip off, and Hauser comes down with a rebound. Hauser has 15 rebounds in the contest, with 2:40 and counting in the overtime period. TMP trails by 2. Hauser will dribble into a 3, can't bank it home, and Hamel knocks it out of bounds. Nope, they say last touch by Norton. Coach George Rossi came all the way down the sideline. The official underneath said it was deflected, and then the official on the sideline corrects it and say it's off of TMP, and so it will stay with the Norton Lady Jays. Here's a lob over the top, knocked away, battle for it. We're going to get a foul as Hamel knocked it away from the defender. They'll say foul on Norton as Hannah Bailey called for the foul, battling with Megan Hamel. As those two hit the deck hard, it was basically 50-50, and the two kind of got tangled up, and so Megan Hamel to the free throw line to shoot 2 on the 10th team foul on Norton. It's the 3rd on Hannah Bailey. And the first Hamel free throw halfway down and out. Megan had made 3 of her last 4, but misses 2 here. Reuter will check in, replacing Cox with those 4 fouls. Hamel's second free throw is short, and Hauser down with a rebound. 16 Hauser rebounds, 46-44. Norton up the floor, turns it over. Baltazar will come away with the steal. Now TMP looks to push. Behind is Reuter. She'll knock it away for Baltazar, save it on the sideline, right into the hands of Addison Brooks, and we'll get a timeout. Monarchs had came away with a steal, but then Baltazar didn't know she had pressure from behind. And so it will go right back to Norton, and we get a Blue Jay timeout. Monarchs trail by 2, 46-44, 2:15 to go here in this overtime period. Monarchs led by 2 at 44-42 to start the period, but Norton has scored 4 in a row, including 2 at the free throw line for Tessa Hauser. First quarter, Phillipsburg leads Hoxie 12-9. That game in Hoxie. Oakley has come back to close within 2 in the fourth quarter, and Stockton trailing 34-32. We owe you a station break. Let's get that to you now, as we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Monarch Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HaysPost.com.
Elsewhere tonight, Victoria beats Ness City 51-28. 2:15 to go in our game. Overtime, 46-44. Norton with the lead. Hauser to key it in. Hauser will get it into Addison Brooks in the backcourt. TMP extend their pressure just a little bit. Reuter over the top to Sarah David, who's back out there for Norton. Now back to the Janessa Reuter, the freshman in between the circles. Reuter guarded tightly by Hamel. Will kick it left side through the hands of the Norton senior Addison Brooks, and it's a TMP basketball after the 14th Norton turnover. Cox will check out for Norton. Reuter, or rather Jones, returns to the lineup, and Reuter checks out. Norton extends the pressure. TMP to key it in. Trailing by 2. Monarchs will get it into Hamel in the backcourt. 2 minutes to go in the overtime. TMP trails by 2. Hamel races up that left sideline. Here comes the double team. Hamel's pass knocked away and stolen. Ball on the deck. Diving forward at midcourt. And we get a tie-up with the arrow belonging to Norton as Hannah Bailey dove for it. Coach Rossi was trying to get a timeout as Hannah Bailey was laying on the deck. And now the official here to the near sideline says that there was a timeout. So we didn't hear her timeout. So they're going to call that before. I think they're going to call it. So they call it before the jump ball. So the arrow will stay with Norton. I'm having a tough time hearing her whistle. So that sometimes, at that point, and again the foul that sent Hamel to the free throw line, she was behind the play, and so we could not hear her whistle. Norton with a break on the scramble drill following TMP's 17th turnover. Will have possession of the basketball. They would have kept possession on the arrow anyway, but that keeps the arrow with them, and so another chance here. 1:48 to go. 46-44. The overtime, Norton leads by 2. Over the top, they get it to Addison Brooks. Brooks will race across the timeline. And now, in between the circles, guarded by Allen, will kick it to the left side. Hauser at the high post, guarded by Yost. She'll turn and face Hauser against the double team, but it knocked away into the hands of Bailey as Baltazar nearly stole it. Left side, Baltazar right in the hip pocket of Bailey, forces her to give it up. Right side for Courtney Jones. Jones to Hauser. Hauser in between the circle, kicks it left side for Addison Brooks. David try to post up inside. Instead, they'll go straight on to Hannah Bailey with 1:15 to go here in this overtime period. And Allen will just reach in and commit the foul as Coach Farland calls for TMP to try and extend this now at the free throw line. As Addison Brooks will go to the free throw line. Allen will pick up her first. And 2 coming up for Addison Brooks. Just a 61% free throw shooter. Her first trip at the line, or first trip to the line in this one. TMP's a 64% free throw shooting team. Free throw for Brooks, no good. With 1:13 to go here in this fourth quarter, Addison Brooks will shoot one more. Brooks has 11 in the game. Here's the second free throw. It'll skip off, no good. Ball on the deck. Fight for it. Cox will track it down in front of Coach Rossi, then threw it away. Baltazar saves it, and she was falling out of bounds. Had to save it into the hands of Hauser, who goes in, can't bank it home, and Cassidy Yost down with it. And then we get a foul in the backcourt called on Hauser. So Hauser will pick up the foul, battling with Baltazar in the backcourt. And so that will be the second on Hauser. And TMP will send Baltazar to the free throw line for the first time. Down 2 with 1:02 to go, 46-44 in the overtime. Baltazar's first free throw is good. Into double figures for Sophia for the 8th time with 10. 46-45. Baltazar's second free throw skips off. Rebound, fought for it. We get a held ball. Herman will fight for it, and it's going to stay with Norton. Coach McFarland says it should have been TMP basketball, but they didn't switch the arrow because they gave Norton the timeout. Herman did a great job to fight for it, and that's Coach McFarland's argument, is that should have been TMP basketball. But again, because the official called allowed the timeout, we didn't hear her whistle. But Herman with great effort, though, to force the arrow, or force the alternate possession, and now TMP will have it the next held ball. Hauser in the backcourt, guarded by Herman. Across the timeline, here's a pass over the top, stolen by Baltazar again. Sophia with 50 seconds to go in the overtime, being harassed in the backcourt, now needs some help. Sophia will get it to Yost. Now they need to get across the timeline, and we get a Coach McFarland timeout. Monarchs are up against that 10-second clock. Baltazar's made 2 really good plays defensively. And Coach McFarland came down the sideline and got the timeout. 42 seconds to go here in this one in the overtime period. TMP trails by 1, 46-45. They led Norton early in that second quarter by 11. But Norton was able to chip away at the lead. Finally took the lead just over 7 minutes to go into the fourth quarter. And we've been back and forth the entire way since. Out of the timeout, Norton in their road blues with Hauser, Bailey, Cox, Jones, and Brooks, the 5 on the floor. Jones playing with 4 personal fouls. Hannah Bailey has 3. Sarah David has 4. They did a pretty good job of protecting her. TMP with Emily Lane fouling out here midway through this overtime period. TMP with Hamel to key it in. Out there with Allen, Baltazar, Herman, and Yost, the 5 on the floor. There's a pass over the top for Allen. Kylie, right side, goes in, draws the foul on Addison Brooks. With 40 seconds to go in the overtime, we get a foul on Addison Brooks. That'll be her 3rd, and 3 free throws for Kylie Allen. Second trip to the line for Kylie Allen. She'll shoot 2 as both teams over the limit. First free throw is good. We're tied at 46. Allen with 7 in the game. Reuter returns to the lineup for Norton. Second free throw for Allen, good as well. TMP with the lead, 8 for Allen, 47-46 on a pair of Allen free throws. Hauser in the backcourt, guarded by Herman. Now she'll get it across the timeline, working against Yost now. Into the front court, picks up her dribble. Left side looking for somebody to get the basketball to, and we get a foul on Baltazar. Sophia battling with Hannah Bailey, reached in and committed the foul, and now Bailey will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for Hannah Bailey in the game. Bailey, 70% free throw shooter, can't convert on the first one. Best she can do is tie the ball game. Bailey actually a 73% free throw shooter, 22 of 30, now 22 of 31. Second free throw on the way, good. We're tied at 47, timeout Norton. Just a 30-second timeout. 7 in the contest for Bailey. 26 seconds to go here in the overtime period. Game tied at 47. you don't think this one means a lot, you have no idea. Earlier today, Trigo defeated the Smith Center Lady Red by 14. So now Trigo is 9-1 and currently sitting atop the MCL. But TMP and Phillipsburg right behind at 8-1. Of course, TMP, each team has beat. TMP rather had beaten Phillipsburg. Trigo has beat TMP. So each team with one loss. Norton, of course, at 6-1 with one loss as well. TMP with 26.6 seconds to go in the overtime will key it in. Norton's going to extend the pressure. Hamel to throw it in. She'll run the baseline and get it into Baltazar. She gets it right back to Megan Hamel. Cox had got away with what looked like could have been a foul. Hamel across the timeline. 20 seconds to go in this overtime period. Game tied at 47. Hamel will take it to the left side. TMP with 13. Hamel's going to hand it to Baltazar out near the Monarch logo at midcourt with 9. Now Coach McFarland wants a timeout. She had to come here to the near sideline, and while it is filled up a little bit, it's still loud in here in the field house. Monarchs want some time, I think, taken off the clock. So they get a timeout with 6.5 seconds to go, or one more time put on the clock. Game tied at 47. This has implications in that 3A Norton sub-state as well. TMP currently is the 3 seed. Have a game lead on Norton. Half game back of Phillipsburg. Everybody's chasing Goodland. So this one means a lot coming down the stretch here. Goodland wins tonight by the final of 54-20 over Ulysses. So the Cowgirls of Goodland, ranked number 5 this week in Class 3A, moved to 16-2 on the season, which means they have all but locked up that top seed in the 3A Norton sub-state. Out of the timeout, TMP will have, looks like 6.5 seconds to go on the clock. Jessica Herman will key it in. Monarchs will go with a line inbound pass on that left side. With 6.5 seconds to go in the overtime. Game tied at 47. Herman to key it in. Herman looking, she'll go to the backcourt for Hamel with 6. Megan will race across the timeline, right side. Hamel with a runner, puts up the floater, no good. Picked up by Yost, she'll throw it up to beat the buzzer, no good as well. We head to double overtime. Tied at 47, back in 1 minute on the Monarch Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
TMP starts the double overtime period with a basketball. Here's a pass to Cassidy Yost, and she is fouled immediately by Hauser. Tessa didn't mean to foul her, but she did as she tried to go over the top, and so free throws coming up for Cassidy Yost. First Yost free throw is good. TMP leads 48-47 on the Cassidy Yost free throw. 4 in the game for Cassidy. That foul, by the way, on Hauser is just her 3rd. But both teams over the limit. Second Yost free throw, swishes it home. 5 for Cassidy Yost, and TMP leads 49-47 on a pair of Yost free throws. Kara Cox will bring it across the timeline for Norton. Out there with Hauser, Brooks, David, And Bailey, the 5 on the floor. Bailey's got it right side. Looking for Hauser coming across the lane. She'll post up right side. Can't bank it home. It's short. And Cassidy Yost down with a rebound, then had it poked out of bounds. Last touch by Norton. Yost now into she's got 10 rebounds by my count. If that stands, that'll be a new season high for Cassidy. One off of her career high 11. TMP will key it in with Baltazar. Sophia one dribble, then gives it back to Hamel. Hamel will go near midcourt to Yost. Cassidy will hand it back to Hamel across the timeline. 3.5 to go here in this double overtime. TMP with Hamel picked up her dribble. High pass, knocked away, and it's stolen. Baltazar couldn't handle it. It's the 19th TMP turnover. It's just too tall for Sophia. She batted in the hands of Addison Brooks. Brooks into the front court, guarded tightly by Allen. Left side bounce pass to Kara Cox. Cox to Hauser, posting up on Yost, draws a double team, needs some help. Kicks it for Cox. Cox will take the left side three, no good. Ball on the deck, tracked down by TMP's Megan Hamel. What a great hustle play by Hamel. Up the floor comes Yost. Yost will dribble into a double team, have it knocked away and stolen. 20 TMP turnovers. Hauser with a deflection. Up the floor, Bailey is going to have her pass for Cox, knocked out of bounds by Megan Hamel. And it will stay with the Norton Blue Jays. Hamel did a great job on that last possession to track down that rebound, and then TMP gave it back. And now,
Blue Jays, number 13, Courtney Jones.
Jones checks, not sure what Norton Blue Jay just checked out, but they immediately took a look at her on the near sideline. Courtney Jones returned to the lineup. Not sure if it was Hannah Bailey maybe, who maybe checked out of the ball game. Sarah David's pass left side through the hands of Brooks, and it's out of bounds. Turned over Norton. TMP will get it back, leading by 2, 49-45. Yeah, it is Hannah Bailey. Hannah Bailey checked out. I'm not sure what happened to Hannah Bailey, but she immediately came to the sideline. TMP will get it into Hamel. Hamel behind the back, across midcourt. Right side for Baltazar. 2.5 to go. Baltazar right back to Hamel, and now they play catch. TMP leads by 2, 49-47. The double overtime. 2:20 to go in the double overtime. 49-47. Norton crowd trying to pick up their defense with Allen with it left side. Now to Yost as TMP will try and make this a super long possession with 2:10 to go here in the double overtime. The two Cassidy Yost free throws, the difference right now, 49-47. Hamel nearly had the closely guarded count, but was able to break that. Now to Baltazar with it. She'll swing it left side for Allen. Kylie is going to put it on the deck. Now to Cassidy Yost. 1:45 and counting, double overtime. TMP leads 49-47. Baltazar will dribble away from Addison Brooks. Now pick up her dribble. Baltazar needs some help, and she's going to take a timeout. 1:34 to go in the double overtime. TMP is going to get a full timeout here. We owe you station break in just a moment. We'll keep it right here for at least for now. So we'll get you that break here in just a second. Monarchs leading 49-47 on two Cassidy Yost free throws. TMP without Emily Lane the rest of the way. Fouled out early into that overtime period, just over midway into the overtime period. Casey Von Linnell also not here for TMP. They played this 5, the starting 5 plus then Hannah Garcia has played the entire time, but Hannah really has only played about a minute of this game so far. It's been all this starting 5 for TMP, and we're into the double overtime with 1:34. They lead 49-47. We play tomorrow. We go to Gypsum tomorrow to play Southeast of Saline. And then turn right back around on Tuesday and play Plainville to close out the regular season. TMP with Herman to key it in, down in front of the scores table, out of the timeout. Jessica looking. She'll get it into Baltazar, knocked out of bounds, and it's off of, looked like Hannah Bailey maybe was the one who knocked that out of bounds. So Herman will again have to key it in front of the scores table. Coach McFarland to her right directs traffic. Yost will go stand now on the left low block. TMP gets it into Baltazar this time. Hannah Bailey checks Baltazar. Sophia spins, keeps that dribble alive, and out of Cassidy Yost, and they hand it back to Hamel. 1:25 and counting in the double overtime. TMP had worked about a minute off of the clock before that last timeout. See if they can do it again with 1:15 and counting. Allen with it, guarded by Addison Brooks. She spun away from her and got some extra space. Now to Baltazar, and Hannah Bailey reaches in and commits the foul. That'll send Sophia to the free throw line to shoot 2. Both teams have been over the limit for a while now.
Fouls on the Blue Jays, number 21, Hannah Bailey, her 4th.
That's the 4th on Hannah Bailey. Bailey will join Courtney Jones, who has 4. First Baltazar free throw off the mark. Sophia just 1 of 3 at the line. She came in 11 of 14. That's 79%. Trying to make it a full 1 possession here. She can make the second one. And she does. Baltazar with 11 in the game. TMP leads 50-47. They made 3 straight free throws in the double overtime. Cox across midcourt line. She'll hand it for Addison Brooks. Brooks, who has 11 in the game, takes it, hands it for Cox. With under a minute to go, they play the weave for Hannah Bailey. Bailey now for Hauser with it right side. The TMP faithful, that student section across the way from us, socially distanced on their feet. Here's a dribble drive, and we're going to get 2 free throws coming for Addison Brooks. Brooks from just outside the free throw line was able to draw the foul on Megan Hamel. It's the second on Hamel and 2 Addison Brooks free throw, it is Brooks. Was 0 for 2 at the line already in the ballgame. TMP leads by 3 at 50-47. Brooks was 0 for 2, and now she's 0 for 3. TMP, 43 seconds to go in the double overtime. Trying to keep pace atop the MCL with Trico, who moved to 9 and 1 earlier tonight. The second free throw well short. Rebound tipped again, and then taken away by Hamel. Megan just out-battled everybody, and now she needs some help, and we're going to get a foul by Cox. Megan Hamel comes out of there with a smile on her face, but that 5'4" junior with a battle for that rebound. That was a tough play by the smallest player on the floor. She was able to get that rebound. It's her 3rd. And the first free throw rims off. 50-47, still TMP with a 3-point lead. They call that foul on Cox as Kara now has 2 here in the contest. Second free throw is halfway down and out. Rebound down to Hauser. Hauser has 17 rebounds. She'll race into the front court. Hauser got away with the travel, missed the shot. Scoop shot, battle for it, and we're going to get a jump ball. It'll be Norton basketball as Hauser and Cassidy Yost battle for it. Hauser thought she was fouled on the rebound, but shot by Yost side by side, and nobody blocked out. 28 seconds to go, double overtime. Here's a lob for Hauser over the top, bobbled it left side. They get it to Reuter. Reuter with contact, lost it, ball's on the deck. It's Cox who will pick it up. Hauser left side, she'll fire the 3, left it short. Rebound inside, Bailey can't finish, fight for it. Rebound tipped around, and Sophia Baltazar with it and got pulled to the deck. And free throws coming for TMP, Sophia Baltazar. Hannah Bailey just ripped her to the deck. That'll be 5 for Bailey. And TMP with Sophia Baltazar headed to the free throw line. The TMP guards of Hamel and Baltazar with 2 outstanding plays, just being physically just more aggressive and out-muscling the Norton defender to get a rebound. And now Sophia will shoot 2. First one rattles home. 12 for Baltazar. TMP's lead is 4 at 51-47. Baltazar will get one more, and it rattles in and out, then fell back down. Baltazar now with 13. TMP will extend the pressure. They lead 52-47. Up the floor, Brooks. Step back right wing 3 with 9. Left it short, ball out of bounds. TMP basketball with 6 seconds to go as Brooks' three-pointer was short. Good check out by Hamel. TMP boys are hanging out right underneath the basket in that hallway with a good round of applause for the girls as Hauser bangs into Yost. Hauser will pick up her 4th, and Cassidy back to the free throw line. TMP leads 52-47 in double overtime. Hauser will pick up her fourth. And Yost will go to the free throw line, where Cassidy is 3 of 4 in the game. First one is halfway down and out. TMP leads 52-47. Hamel with a quick word of encouragement with 4 seconds to go in the double overtime. Yost halfway down and out. Rebound down to Brooks. Brooks with 4. Brooks won't get a shot off. TMP's going to win it in double overtime as the Lady Monarchs come away with a 52-47 hard-fought victory over the Norton Lady Jays in double overtime. They will stay in the top spot in the Mid-Continent League standings as they stay even with the Trigo Golden Eagles at 9-1 in the MCL. They're 15-3 overall as they stay in the hunt for a regular season MCL crown. The Lady Monarchs with a gutsy 52-47 win over the Norton Lady Jays. We'll take the timeout. Begin your post-game show next on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K-Lawn, Kirk Maska and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker in Northridge Plaza, Hayes. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. Your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for.